there is grave potential for a severe crisis which would necessarily, because of the nature of our economy, have a devastating impact upon South Africa. And if that should transpire over the next days, weeks, months, year, it's going to be very, very, very bad before it's at its worst. Before you even talk about Johanna Brandt or Oom Sina van Rensburg of die Nag van die Langmesse of die of die of die ander. This thing could be so bad before it's at its worst, before we have a civil war in South Africa, that we will be tearing our hair out. Really, people, really. Now is the time to position, not to overreact, not to panic, not to get dramatic, but to position for the eventuality that the signs and the symptoms which I have shown you today could erupt or develop or mature to the extent that it has a manifest effect upon your daily life. And it could happen soon, maybe, possibly, perhaps. But the threat is so severe that whether it's 1% or 0.1% or 10% or 50%, whatever you may believe, I believe that it's probably about 50%, but that's a personal thing. It's not a reflection of Mr. Miller's beliefs at all. I'll just give it to you FYI. Even if it's only 0.1%, the nagevolge, the consequences, should it happen, are so great that it's worth positioning yourself for it. Not overreacting or panicking, just positioning. It's like the possibility of your house being burned down. The chances are probably less than 1,000,000%. I think that less than 1 in 100,000 houses in the suburbs of South Africa burns down. How often do you really see a house burned down? But the consequences of that very low percentage of risk are so great that people have homeowners insurance and banks insist upon it. Do you see? Similarly, we're saying that the consequences, if this thing does happen, are so great that it's worth positioning yourself, regardless of whether we can be sure that it will happen. I think we've covered all of the points well, and we've covered them repeatedly to give people an opportunity to understand things that they might have not caught on to the first time around. I think we've driven the message home, and we don't need to discuss it or keep on it ad infinitum or ad nauseum. And let's just conclude by saying that we're keeping our fingers on the pulse of developments. We will keep you informed. We will tell you everything that the mainstream media is not telling you about the global economy and about the coronavirus. And we may, in the next few days, get onto the subject of Turkey invading Syria, because it could turn out to be a phenomenally important thing. Guys, without drama, without hysteria, excuse me, I beg your pardon, without hysteria, without neurosis, and certainly without paranoia, we urge you to position yourself within your groups, your regions, and your provinces, within Suidlanders, to be at the tip of the spear, the point of the spear, in acting to safeguard the welfare of your kith and kin in the event that there is a catastrophic consequence, let's say, to South Africa. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. May God be with you as faithful members of His people who listen to His word and the words of His people, His leaders and prophets, in the time that lies ahead. May you be amongst those people in the difficult times that lie ahead of us, who suffer the least, because some people many people, perhaps everybody, are, are going to suffer if these things reach the full potential that is being discussed so widely outside of the mainstream media at the moment. May God bless you. Bye-bye.